Now at 5:30, a second suspect in Lexington's most recent murder is set to appear in court today. We'll have the latest on the second man accused of killing 22-year-old Salahuddin Jitmood.
Also on WKYT this morning, funeral arrangements have now been set for 6 family members who died in a horrific crash in Wayne County.
And all 4 Republican candidates for Kentucky's next governor are set to square off in a debate today. We'll have the latest on that and the controversy surrounding one of the candidates.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning to you. It's Wednesday, May 6th, and we're glad you're up and at it with us on WKYT This Morning. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith. We hope that you've been able to get out and enjoy some of this warmer weather. It's been such a nice welcome thing, I think, for most of us.
It's been very, very warm, you know, the last few evenings, and that looks to continue. We may have an increased chance of showers the next few days. Let's check in with meteorologist Micah Harris. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Yes, that summer type pattern just kind of rolls on. You get the heat, you get the moisture that will be on the increase the next couple of days. You'll feel that. And also, you can't rule out a straight thunderstorm during the afternoon. Any one of these afternoons. 90% of us do stay dry, though. So don't even worry about that. Temperatures are in the 50s this morning. Roadways look good. We even have a couple of 60s. But still, all in all, that's a comfortable start this time of year. Head up toward Frankfort, Peaks Mill, Stamping Ground, Georgetown. North of that into Monterey. We're doing all right this morning in Owen County. 86 by the afternoon. That's pretty muggy for this time of year. That's actually 15 degrees above average. Do we get even warmer than that? And if we do, that's closing in on 90 degrees. I'll show you that with some rain in your forecast coming up.
All right, see you in a bit. Thank you.
Well, a man charged with robbing and killing a Lexington pizza delivery driver is set to face a judge later today.
28-year-old Cameron McClellan will be arraigned on charges of killing 22-year-old Salahuddin Jitmood last month. WKYT's Victor Puente is live this morning from District Court with the latest developments and what we could find out today. Victor, good morning.
Good morning, Bill. This is the second person charged in this case. The first man lived at the apartment complex where that delivery driver was murdered. Last month, Salahuddin Jitmood was killed outside of an apartment on Trent Circle. Police say the 22-year-old was delivering pizza when he was robbed and murdered. He was found lying in a breezeway by a woman living in a nearby apartment. Police arrested 30-year-old Antonio Lewis, charged him with murder and robbery. Lewis lived at the Walnut Hill apartment complex where Jitmood was killed. Now 28-year-old Cameron McClellan is also charged with murder and robbery. His arrest citation says he was involved in the intentional death of the victim by means of a sharp instrument. McClellan was already in jail on another robbery charge when these new charges came down. Jitmood's friends tell us they take some comfort in knowing a second arrest has been made. McClellan will be arraigned later today here at District Court. Live in Lexington, Victor Puente, WKYT.
We are tracking a developing story out of Perry County this morning. Police say a man has been airlifted to a hospital after being shot. This happened around 10 last night in the Erie community. Police have not said what led up to this shooting. We also don't know the man's condition. We'll have updates on this story on WKYT.com as soon as we get those into our newsroom.
New this morning, Lexington police are looking for a man who they tell us tried to rob a gas station. Officers say around 2:45 this morning, a man walked into the Speedway gas station on East New Circle Road near Meadow Lane. The clerk told police the man implied he had a weapon and demanded money. Well, the clerk didn't have time to give him any, though, because customers came in, and that apparently scared him away. Today, all 4 Republican candidates for governor of the Commonwealth of Kentucky are set to square off in a debate. This comes just a day after candidate James Comer addressed some allegations made against him by a former girlfriend. WKYT's Mark Barber is at our live desk with a look at today's debate. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, Bill. The Washington Post is already calling Kentucky's governor's race the nastiest race of 2015. The 4 Republican candidates for governor, Matt Bevin, Hal Heiner, Will Scott, and James Comer, will face off in a debate this morning at the Kentucky Sports Radio studios. We're expecting one topic of discussion to center around allegations that Comer physically and mentally abused his college girlfriend. Comer is calling the accusations bizarre and untrue. He says the allegations were politically calculated, pointing out that they surfaced just 2 weeks before the primary election. In a letter to the Louisville Courier-Journal, Comer's former girlfriend, Marilyn Thomas, claimed that while she dated Comer in the 1990s, he hit her and then drove her to a medical clinic for an abortion. Comer says those accusations are flat-out lies. His wife is standing with him. She also says she doesn't believe the allegations of abuse. Comer says he is considering legal action against all parties involved in what he considers a dirty political trick.
This symbolizes this type of dirty gutter politics, symbolizes everything that I'm against.
Comer says the allegations have not hurt his bid for governor and his campaign is moving forward. We will have a crew at today's debate, which starts at 10 a.m. Of course, we will keep you updated online and on air. From the live desk, Mark Barber, WKYT.
Mark, thank you very much. Funeral arrangements have now been set for 6 members of one family killed in a Wayne County crash. Police say 41-year-old Tina Proctor, 25-year-old Audrey Ellis, 12-year-old Nate Proctor, 4-year-old Red Barnhouse, 2-year-old Zoe Bertram, and 17-month-old Jace Bertram all died Friday night in the crash near Monticello. One service will be held for all 6 victims. Visitation will begin Friday morning at 11 at Hicks Vaughn Funeral Home in Monticello, and the funeral will follow at 2 o'clock Friday, also at the funeral home. Instead of flowers, the funeral home is asking that donations be made to the family's memorial fund.
Well, later today, a man accused of stealing remains from a Rockcastle County crime scene is set to appear in court. 31-year-old Bruce Lee Smith is charged with evidence tampering. Police say he led them to a set of human remains he found while mushroom hunting near Mount Vernon last month. But when they came to his home to follow up on the investigation, he told them he took a bone from the scene. Authorities are still trying to identify those remains.
A husband and wife charged after abuse allegations at a Knox County daycare have made another court appearance. Police charged Tracy Four with abuse after police say someone saw her sitting on a child at Rainbows and Lollipops daycare. Police testified yesterday that her husband, Billy Four, later made a threatening phone call to the daycare demanding to know who took a picture of the alleged abuse. He is now charged with intimidating a witness. A daycare worker we talked to said that she thinks Billy Four meant to hurt someone.
I believe it is because everybody's scared of him, and I believe he would do something to hurt somebody.
Tracy Four's case was continued until Thursday. The judge sent her husband's case on to the local grand jury.
A man police say walked away from a Lexington prison is back in custody. State police say they arrested Charles Blanton in Laurel County yesterday morning after a chase. They say they received a tip that he was in a car outside a Corbin Walmart. When troopers saw the car, they say Blanton would not stop. 7 miles later, they say Blanton lost control of his car, hit 2 police cars, and then crashed. Police then arrested him. Blanton walked away from Blackburn Correctional Complex last month. He'd been serving time for drug charges and would have been eligible for parole in December. In Pulaski County, authorities are still looking for an inmate who walked away from a work detail. The jailer says 39-year-old Stanley Gibson walked away from the Mill Springs area in Nancy yesterday afternoon. Gibson was serving time after pleading guilty for unlawful transaction with a minor. He's now facing an escape charge as well. He's described as 5'7", about 160 pounds with a goatee and short, dark hair. Anyone with information about his whereabouts is asked to contact the Pulaski County Sheriff's Office.
The time is 5:38 on WKYT this morning. Firefighters say they now have a forest fire in Leslie County under control. They say at one point the fire near Old Highway 80 in the Wooten community threatened 5 homes and a business. But they were able to keep that fire from reaching those buildings. No one was injured during the fire. They say some grassy areas are still smoldering this morning, though. Firefighters say they have an idea of what caused the fire, but they are not saying what that is yet.
Well, dozens of propane tanks fell off a truck and onto Paris Pike last night, causing quite the strange sight for some Lexington drivers. Emergency crews tell us almost 30 propane tanks spilled out onto the road. They say the truck driver turned from Old Paris Pike onto Paris Pike when those tanks rolled off. The driver didn't notice and drove off onto the interstate. Thankfully, none of the tanks leaked. Firefighters took the tanks back to the fire department until a company employee was there to pick them up.
Looked like they're planning a big cookout there, but that didn't work out. All right, 5:39 now. Police officers and regular people alike were honored last night at the Lexington Police Banquet. Among them, a young woman who fought off robbers at her store. Zara Adele made national headlines when she fought off 2 men who tried to rob her family's tobacco store on North Broadway back in February. She tore off one robber's hoodie and took his gun, shooting him in the shoulder. She says that since then, officers can't always be there, and so she took matters into her own hands.
You have to basically step in as the cop and as a civilian and take a stand. cops can't be there 24/7. We're working like 16-hour shifts to earn our money, and these guys come in instead of getting themselves a job and working hard and stuff, and I'm not going to let somebody do that. You know, it's not fair.
While police officers commended Zara Adil for her actions, they also said they would not recommend others putting themselves in such a dangerous situation.
But, you know, a good message from her saying, you know, a lot of folks work hard and they want to protect their stuff.
And obviously,
you know?
Weeks later, she's standing by that, certainly.
Yeah.
Time this morning is 5:41. And let's check live drive traffic and see what's going on out there early, as a lot of folks are getting ready to hit the road this morning, head off to work and school and appointments. I-64, I-75 at the northern split. You're good to go there.
We have some changes to let you know about on the I-75 project in Madison County. Transportation Cabinet says that the southbound lane closure will be diverted to the far left lane from Clays Ferry Bridge to the bridge over Tate's Creek, and that's kind of a new development. They started on that last night, and they say that's until further notice.
Yeah, well, the good thing is they have the other 2 lanes done, so now they can work on that,
making
that one
progress.
that's remaining. Yeah, they're working that one pretty quickly. A lot more news coming up on WKYT this morning.
A Florida woman is being called a hero after she saved herself and her kids from a hostage situation. All she had to do, apparently, was order a pizza. We'll tell you how pizza saved her in just a few.
It is all about the temperatures the next several days. It looks like we'll start off in the 50s, we'll finish off in the 80s, but it's actually well into the 80s. It's getting warmer. I'll show you how warm we get coming up.